My name is Dr. Hugo M. Morales. I came from the Dominican Republic to the city of New York in 1956. At that time, I remember I have little knowledge of the language, and my only possession was my medical degree from the Santo Domingo University. As a matter of fact, I was the younger physician graduated in the medical school. I was 21 years of age. When I came here, I didn't have any money, but I have a determination to make it, to be successful in the city of New York. So I worked hard, I studied, I participated in many political, social, and professional events. I always feel that education is the key to be successful. And I remember my father back in the Dominican Republic stating that he will not leave us, me and my brothers and sisters, any money, but he will make sure that we have an education. So I have one brother, the older one is a dentist, my sister, a pharmacist, another brother, a lawyer, myself as a physician, and my younger sister, she's an accountant. When I came to this country, I felt that New York, and I still feel the same way, is the best city in the world, because New York opens its heart to all of the immigrants. But of course, to make it depend on you. You have to work hard, you have to study, you have to participate in different activities, and you will make it.
Tell the students about what you're talking about in terms of the relationship between young men and young women when you were a young man. Well, tell us it.
Well, it is totally a different situation. We still call by our children you old-fashioned, because at that time you only will see your girlfriend when they were accompanied by somebody in the family. And very seldom we should go to a movies, for instance, and I was sitting there, the relative was sitting there, and she was maybe sitting 2 blocks from now. We just look at each other, you know, and to kiss them will be a major accomplishment, you know. And you couldn't go out with them alone or go any place, you know. It was a very tight society, and now you see girls going out until late and by themselves, and say, oh my God, you know, that we never had that experience.
So it was so tight. How did you get a kiss? Was it embarrassing?
Very difficult. I remember, you know that it's a funny, and I still see her here, you know, and she called me from time to time, one of my girlfriend there, and I remember we were in a movie, and her family was looking other places, so I took opportunity, so I kissed her on the cheek, and she said, not yet, because I'm not your girlfriend yet. I haven't said yes to you. Over there at that time, you have to say sí, yes. And if I don't get your yes, I mean, if I don't get that affirmation that I'm your girlfriend, I'm not your girlfriend, even though you are. You know, it was a very funny situation there. But the family was in control, totally in control. I mean, you didn't see any girls or any boys going out on their own. You didn't see that.
So did she ever say "sí"?
Yes, she did. And as a matter of fact, occasionally she came to the city. She's still in New York now, and occasionally she called me, and we're still friends. And it's very nice, you know. It didn't work out with her. Because then when I came to this country in 1956, I met my wife Gladys. She's in New York here, and she's from Puerto Rico. And after a year or 2 years of courtship, then we got married. I do feel that the determination, I would say, desire to do things and to go ahead in life, even though it's a combination of both, but I think my father was the one that was really pushing more and more and more. He never stopped working. He would come after selling all of his goods in the other provinces. He would come to the grocery store, go to the farmer, and keep working day in, day out. So he really was a workaholic, like I would say. My mother also did that because they had opened the grocery store almost 24 hours a day, you know. So she always was there. She had some help, but she always there, you know. And so they both worked very hard. So I suppose that we have, all of my brother and sister, we have the desire to move on with their life from them. This environment is, at the very beginning, it's a very difficult environment. It can be at times hostile because you come to a country where they have different language, different habits, different food, and sometimes it's very difficult to adjust. And I see that many individuals, especially if you come at older age, you know, younger you could adjust immediately, but you come in 20 or 30, it's very difficult. And I see many of them becoming anxious, moody, depressed, in need of a great deal of support, guidance, medication, and advice. When I started my residency in psychiatry at Columbia University in Harlem Hospital, one of the problems that I saw there was that many Dominican and Puerto Rican, many Latino would come to the hospital seeking help, and they didn't have many Hispanic speaking psychiatry, and they had to be seen by non-speaking psychiatrists. That was extremely difficult, and sometimes making the wrong diagnosis and sending them to state hospital, you know. And I said, I have to do something about it. So then I became determined that I will help the Hispanic community, and then I created a center called the Bronx Mental Health Center, which I operated for the past 30 years. That center at one time was the largest outpatient psychiatric center in the city of New York. I was supervising more than 30 psychiatrists, and we'll be able to see over 1,000 patients a week, coming from the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and even from Connecticut we had some. When they heard that they have Spanish-speaking psychiatrists in that center, they came to seek help, because it is extremely important in our specialty that you should be able to communicate with your patients. Communication is the major tool that we have to treat patients.